Okie. Okay, we are recording. Good stuff. So, I think I'm going to mute everybody out just for a minute here, guys, so that we don't have the background noise. But I do want you guys to go ahead and unmute yourselves because I would like to hear some sharing if you guys are open to it. I'll be really honest, you guys, this first one, most of these calls, I anticipate that they'll be really motivating, that they'll be, you know, they're going to get you excited. They're going to get you motivated to go out there, maybe do some things you haven't done, try some things you haven't tried, work with some people you haven't worked with, you know, whatever that looks like. But this first call, I really want everybody to kind of reflect. And the reason I want to do that is because I find that when I'm ready to make a run, when I have decided like, okay, I'm all in, I do sometimes need to go back and go, what do I need to change? You know, like, yes, I'm ready to run, but how does this look different than the last time I did this? You know, like, I don't know if anybody else has ever been there. And you can raise your hand if you have, but that's how I felt sometimes. Like, yeah, I'm ready to do this, but how am I going to do this and make it different than what I did the last time to make it more successful? So that's kind of my goal with these calls is to challenge you guys a little bit, maybe do some things that we haven't done before, reflect on some things that maybe we haven't been truly honest with in the past. So if you guys have a piece of paper and a pen, I'm literally just going to start asking questions, and I want you guys to write down the answers. And I want this to kind of be, sorry, I don't want to say your Bible, but sort of. Like, I want this to be your guide through the next several weeks, so that when you get in a place where we've all been there, right? Like, you know, maybe we didn't sign that customer that we wanted today. Maybe we didn't get that brand ambassador in that we wanted to today. You know, maybe our goal was to, you know, hammer out 200 CV today, and we missed it. And, you know, we're feeling low and we're feeling down a little bit. And that's the easiest place to get stuck and the hardest place to get out of. And so I want this to kind of be your guide to, this is how I'm going to pull myself out of that rut, right? So let's just take a minute and kind of be honest. And you guys, if you're really new to this business, I know we have some people on here that haven't been with Emrys terribly long. So I want you to kind of reflect, like, maybe these questions are not affecting you right now in this business because it's brand new and things are booming and it's going great and incredible. Then you've probably been there with another business. If you haven't, skip the question. Not a big deal at all. But I just, you know, we have the same tendencies no matter what, you know, the actual business is. So I want you to just kind of, as a whole, in network marketing or in, you know, in this industry, kind of go through these questions with that in mind. So, okay, first question is, what are my current feelings toward my business? So this one is Emrys. I'm asking about your Emrys business. What are your current feelings toward your business? And go ahead and write that down. Okay, the next question, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate your business right now today? Okay, next one. What skills or talents are you currently not using? I know that's kind of a hard one, but think about it. So maybe past businesses, different jobs, different relationships. What is a skill that you feel you have that maybe you have not used in this business yet or aren't currently using? I'm kind of watching the people that are on video to see when you guys are done. So if I'm going too fast, just unmute yourself and tell me, okay, guys? Okay, next. What is something that I've been avoiding out of fear? This can be in regards to getting customers, getting brand ambassadors, going after goals, leading your team. Trying to think of other things. Maybe like posting on Facebook even. Anything you've been avoiding out of fear. Okay, next. How can I add more of my true self to my business?
Can you repeat that last question?
Yes. How can I add more of my true self to my business? Okay, and this next one, I know you guys might think this is a little weird because maybe it hasn't affected you in this business, but this doesn't necessarily need to be someone within the business. Maybe it could be someone from a past business, a past relationship, but who can I forgive? Who is someone that I can forgive for something? So maybe it is, you know, somebody within Emrys. Maybe it's a leader, maybe it's a sideline, maybe it's, I mean, it could be anyone, but maybe it's somebody completely different, somebody that's not within the Emrys family. All right, what missed opportunity can I let go of and move on?
Can you repeat that one?
Yes. What missed opportunity can I let go of and move on? Okay, next. What risk can I take even in the face of fear? Okay, just 3 more. Okay, this next one is going to take some honesty and some self-reflection, but I want you guys, I'm going to give you a little longer because I really want you to think about these next 3 questions, okay? So first one, what does my business want that I'm not giving it? Okay, second to last one. What am I committed to changing from today forward?
Nikki, can you repeat that one?
Yes. What am I committed to changing from today forward? Okay, last one. What action steps will I take this week to get me where I want to be? Okay, what I would like you guys to do, so somebody that's brave, if you will unmute and just tell us an answer to one of these questions. I would love someone to share what does my business want that I'm not giving it? And the reason why is because I feel like that's something a lot of people will be able to relate to. I'd also like to hear action steps if you guys are open to that, something you're committed to changing, you know, maybe forgiveness. Like I just, if you guys will unmute, anybody that wants to and is comfortable, just so we can kind of talk through this. I know some of these questions are really easy to answer. Some are not as easy to answer. I did go through and do this myself and just did some self-reflection to make sure that I could answer all these questions. And they're not always the easiest. But like I said, I want this to be your guide over the next several weeks. I know you guys all have really, really big goals. And if we're going to get there, sometimes we have to look at the ugly truth. Like, I know that sounds bad, but sometimes that's what we need to do in order to get where we're trying to go. Okay. So is anybody willing to unmute and tell us? I see Michelle's hand. Okay, Michelle. All right, Michelle, you start for us.
All right. Hi, everyone. I know for me, the tea has been a lifesaver for motivating my business and get me back out there. And the action steps that I've taken have been something that I've done forever. And it's taken those steps getting back into it and being consistent with it. So I always called it my 5-5-5. I would add 5 people, message 5 people, follow up with 5 people, post 5 things. I don't have it written down, but basically just getting back to being consistent morning and night. And then kind of to piggyback off of that, time blocking my schedule, because my life is kind of crazy right now. There's 7 of us homeschooling and working from home and all of that. So it just kind of feels like everything's all over the place, and I need to just back off and reorganize and do that. So
mine is very similar with being disciplined and time blocking. I don't naturally like to be disciplined with my time. I kind of like to go with the flow and see how I feel. And that's just not working right now, because also just a lot going on, really busy. I'm working full time outside the house for the first time ever. And, before I had kids. And so just trying to figure that all out. And so being very disciplined with the time that I do have at home. And then also the other thing that my business is really needing is it's just ready for me to be in full belief that this can happen and this can be what I want it to be. And I don't need to go back and forth in my head anymore about, can I really be the one to do this? So.
I can go. Mine is also from the what does my business want that I'm not giving it. And that is, one is the time. I don't have another job. I'm at home all day. My one kid that's still in school does his stuff on his own. I don't have an excuse, and I just put it off and procrastinate. So I know that I need to change that, and probably the time blocking, and being more consistent with what I'm doing in that time is what I need to do. Also, I'm not posting consistently about my business, and I need to start doing that more. And I also haven't been messaging people hardly at all since I've been doing this business. And I finally feel that I'm in a place where I am not going to feel like I'm bothering people. I have the belief that I am doing this to help them feel better. That was the main thing I wanted out of my business, is to help people. And although some things have changed in my belief system and my goals, I still want to help people, and I don't want to feel like I am bothering them, and I'm not, and I know that I'm not. I just have that story in my head that that's what I keep telling myself.
I guess I could go. Okay. So I had the answer, like my answer goes with two questions. The what skills or talents am I not currently using, and then what is something I've been avoiding out of fear. Those two things that I've been avoiding are going live and doing Discover Emrys. I'm planning on going live, but I'm terrified of it. I'm gonna do it though. And then I just kind of gotta work myself up to do a Discover Emrys, you know, a couple practice runs or something.
So I am just not making the ask. Like, I know that I need to ask. People aren't going to ask me about the business part of it, and I just don't do that. And so that's what I'm committed to changing from today on. Like, I am going to start asking people, just asking them. I mean, you know, the worst they can say is no, and I don't know why that's so scary to me, because I hear no all the time. So, but for whatever reason, that's the thing from the beginning. I've been struggling with that from the start. So I need to change that.
I'll go. I wanted to piggyback off of that because I think that's the truth for me too. I've been talking with Nikki and Ashley about the fact that I have all these customers, right? And I haven't really been asking them to consider the business. Just, are you open to possibly making enough money to at least cover your product? Because almost everybody that uses our products, you guys, is telling one person. They're at least telling one person. So if they had an incentive to tell more than one person, you know, would they? And so that's what I need to do that. And then I'm not giving my business belief, total belief. And that goes along with Melissa too. And she and I share a lot of the same hurdles in this. I have some baggage that I've got to get over from a past experience in the industry. That was a total blessing for a very long time, but then kind of took my legs out from under me. And I just think that there's a process. There's a process in learning a new company. There's a process in being with a new company that's new globally. And then also a process in our mindset and, you know, just being gracious to ourselves while we're going through that process. You know, we're all figuring it out. But I just do feel like the belief is probably missing for a lot of us. And so when Nikki asked that question, I wrote boldness and belief, because I'm not a timid person. So where is that coming from? And it piggybacks off of the belief. Do I really believe that I am capable of these massive accomplishments with this company? That's got to be, do I believe I'm capable of it? And that's got to be what I overcome right now. I think that's probably the hurdle that's keeping me stuck at 1 star It's what everything hinges on. It's what is keeping me from asking my VIPs to be brand ambassadors. It all comes back to that. So that's
my question for you, Eryn, then. When I asked the question, who can you forgive? Do you think that, I mean, I don't know who you wrote down, but do you think that maybe like where all of this is stemming from, like maybe that's where your forgiveness needs to start, is just, I mean, I know that there's a lot of baggage. I know that there's a lot of hurt feelings, but I almost wonder, like, if you started with that, would that help you thrive even further in this business?
Right. Yeah. And I wrote down a few names, and a lot of them do have something to do with that. But then also, you know, there's a sort of self-forgiveness that has to happen here too, over and over again. As an entrepreneur, you'll have moments of deep shame where you feel like you've let everything fall apart and everything depends on you, and you've let yourself down. And there's been moments, you know, honestly, since even starting Emrys, that I felt like I let my family down. I walked away from a guaranteed paycheck. And Nikki, you know that, like, there's just moments of deep shame, but I think that is something that causes massive growth. If I can learn to trust myself and trust my instincts and believe that every time my back is against the wall, every time I feel like I'm cornered, that I actually can move out in faith and I don't have to have all the answers, I think that's a huge point of growth if you kind of lean into it. So there's part of me that I feel like I need to kind of give myself some slack. I need to forgive my dang self. And maybe that's a huge thing that I'm missing too. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. Well, and you know, that's part of the reason I asked a lot of the questions that I did. I think you guys, to be honest, everyone that's here, everyone that's on this call is capable of hitting those goals that they put out there, right? I mean, I don't think anybody gave us a goal that was crazy far-fetched where I thought, I don't know how reachable that is or how attainable that is. I truly saw everyone's goals and thought, she can do that. He can do that. She can do that. They can do that. There's not one person that I saw the goal and thought, I don't know, that's a stretch, truly, you guys. And so what I think that means is we all have to get in a mental place where we're ready to do this. Like, if we're going to make this run and we're going to do this, we all have to do it together. What I love about it is you guys you're here tonight. This is not even the normal night we're doing the call. And you guys all said, yep, I'll get on. Yep, I want to be there. I want to start this off with a bang. I'm ready to do it now. I don't want to wait. I want to do it now. And so I love that we're all doing this together. I love that you're all on here together. I love that you all are willing, you know, I'm sure that if everybody could share, if we had time before the team call, that you all would. But I love that you guys are willing to share, because this process is going to rely on each other. We're going to have to work through things together. We're going to have to bounce ideas off from each other. We are going to have to step out of our comfort zone. You know, when Hannah says she's nervous to go live, guess what? Maybe somebody goes live with her for the first time, right? When Hannah says she's nervous to do a Discover Emrys, you know what? Maybe that means that Nikki or I, as her upline, or even Ashley, say, hey, we can't be there, but Zoom me in. I can do this with you, and I can stand right next to you, you know, virtually, and you know, I'm gonna watch you do it, and I'm gonna, you know, coach you through it. And if there's something you miss, I'll be your backbone, and I'll be there to make sure that we tell your guests. But that's what we are all here for. And I love that we're all in this business together. Yes, we're doing this business, you know, by or for ourselves, but not by ourselves, right? And Eryn, just to kind of piggyback off what you said, you know, you had said you left a guaranteed paycheck and you need to forgive yourself for that. Well, you know, you said you felt bad because you had left that for, you know, your family and your husband. And yes, you did, but your family and your husband clearly 100% support you. Like, they know that, just like you said, when your back's against a wall, it's time to run. There's no other option, right? And they believe in you. They have faith in you. They support you. Is it a challenge right now? Because yes, you did leave, you know, a steady paycheck. Sure. Yeah. We're going to have moments that we feel like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? But guess what? Every time you felt that way, you've kicked it into gear. You've got yourself moving, and big things have happened. You know, you just came off an incredibly huge accomplishment. So that's our goal. That's my goal with these calls, is to just get you guys in here, have you guys sharing what's working, what's not working, maybe, and get everybody to where they need to go. I'm a firm believer that if you guys can truly reflect on those questions we just went over, and you can truly dive in and do the things that we're going to talk about on several of these calls over the next few weeks, every one of you has the potential to hit the goals that you set me. Mark my words, if you want it to happen and you're here on these calls, we are going to make it happen. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys see the vision. I hope that you guys are ready to make some money, because I am so ready for this team to be the team that kills it. We get those bonuses, we snag them all up. We're posting all over social media about how much money you guys are making, because I truly believe you guys can do it. I know you can. Who's chatting there? Is that Ashley? Oh, I thought that was Ashley, maybe. All right, I need to hop over to Ashley's ID actually, so I can start the team call. I'm really hoping you guys can get on the team call. I'm gonna do a little training on how to turn T into team. So hopefully you guys can be there for that, and we can start off with a bang. I'm really excited to get on Wednesday morning. If you guys can't be on, I will definitely try to record it and figure out where I'm gonna post it, and I will let you guys know in the chats. Again, if you have teammates that want to get on these calls, anybody is welcome. If they have a goal, they're welcome to be on, okay? Doesn't even have to be a goal of running after a bonus. If they have a goal to just do better, be more, get them on these calls, okay? You guys, this is just something extra. And if I've learned anything through my years and years and years of doing this, it's you take advantage of the extras, and that's when your business soars, okay? So thank you guys so much for being on. Thank you for investing in yourselves. Keep these questions near and dear to you guys. Every step of this, leave it next to you. I promise you, if you use this as your Bible, if you use this as your guide, it's going to take you big places. I am going to put in the chat something I didn't get to, which are 3 things that I need you guys to do every single morning when you wake up. They are 2 questions that I want you to ask yourself every morning. And then also I want you guys to come up with some sort of encouragement or affirmation. I use an app to do this, but every day I want you to write down one either motivating quote, encouraging, inspiring quote, and then there's 2 questions. So I will go back and I'll put those in the chat, but every morning I want you guys to do those, take a picture and share it in our chats that we have going, okay? So I will see you guys on the team call in just a minute. Love you all. Thank you so much for getting on. I'll talk to you soon.